predictable in recent weeks, Michael van Gerwen. But yeah, I think Chris and I agree that Michael van Gerwen will be absolutely nailed on, concentrating, focused. It'll be a real test for Langendorf or for Damon Heta, whoever can get through and find their way to a showdown with Mr. van Gerwen here in Vienna on Saturday night. Travelled over with Raymond Smith. Very impressive, Raymond Smith, with his win over Keegan Brown. Can Damon Heta make it an Aussie double against the Austrian? Well, German born and bred actually, Mike Langendorf, but his father is Austrian, and of course has played in 2 World Cup of Darts events for Austria, Langendorf. But a great opportunity again for one of these 2 players.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Heta
first
qualifying
Mike to throw first.
after his achievements
Game on.
in Australia in August. Mike Langendorf with Keegan Brown, one of the 4 qualifiers who made it through. Steve Beaton and Ross Smith, the others.
91.
Steve Beaton will play Daryl Gurney a little later on, and Ross Smith will take on the European champion, James Wade.
You'd have had to have played at some level to come through them qualifiers.
58. $100.
Movement in the arm on the throw, but there's no real perfect way, I don't think. It's all individual. No 2 throws are the same. Just which action is the most reliable. Fewest moving parts as possible.
44.
A chance here for Damon Heta, who also played in Melbourne and Brisbane in the World Series. Had a great win over Kyle Anderson and lost a really close game to Gary Anderson in the second round, 10-7. And then a week later 96. In Brisbane, took Anderson to a deciding leg before losing 6-5. Has the game.
26.
Missed out on an opportunity to get through to the World Championship. Australia have the Oceanic Masters in the week. Bailey the winner. He will be at the Ali Pali along with Raymond Smith representing Australia.
58.
Plays with a smooth barrel similar to Ted Anke and Stephen Bunting amongst others.
140. Then you require 164.
Another one of those. Last weekend we had a series of huge finishes at such big moments. I can't remember a tournament like
92.
it.
92. I require 100.
Treble 20 for tops. That's the first bit. And that's the second.
Well played.
From absolutely nowhere.
Second leg is Damon to throw first. Game on.
I thought that was Heta's leg. All the way through.
Well, Langendorf beat Kirk Shepherd, beat Wayne Jones, and then Ronnie Hybrex, and then in the final match to qualify was a convincing winner over Kim Hybrex.
58.
To get himself here to Vienna. Of course, the city made even more famous by that iconic song, Midura and Ultravox.
98.
One of the most iconic songs of a generation, of course.
83.
Incredibly, my limited pop music knowledge, Mace, was kept off #1 by a comedy record called Shut Up in Your Face by Joe Dolce.
Oh, goodness, what a horrendous song. It's almost as bad as that baby shark thing. Oh, goodness.
57.
Means nothing to me.
$100.
Yeah, but Langendorf reached the last 16 of the German Darts Masters last year. He had represented Austria a couple of times at the World Cup of Darts.
95.
The fact that he's used Dennis Ovens' nickname, it's just basically
65.
an anagram of his surname.
I say, just we're travelling in the Oceanic 3 weeks in August. It's been noticeable year on
60.
that the Australian players in particular and the New Zealand players, actually, to be fair, in Auckland are getting better and better and better. It's the experiences that they get in the DPA circuit.
I'm sure I've seen a stat from one of our resident geniuses off Twitter. I think it might have been Wikipedia, that the stats year on year seem to have improved.
Yeah.
And so in the Euro Tour.
Yeah.
The sort of average for the
Well,
tournament.
the DPA Tour in Australia, the Australian circuit, is really, really tough now. Takes some winning.
Yeah, my mate plays in it, doesn't he, David Platt?
118.
I've seen him many times in the World Series. Born and bred in the West Midlands, now lives in Perth, David Platt. Langendorf, who took out 100 clinically
58.
in the opening leg,
Mikey Maguire, 86.
has another shot now.
His brother is also a decent player, Johnny Platt.
He has the ball in his sights.
61.
Yeah, he was the guy that was behind that treble trainer thing, the training aid.
Pops for Heta. Double 10. Well, unfortunate. May pay the price here.
Could well do. 9 for double 8 or 1 for double 12. Oof.
Only just. Double 6 for Langendorf.
13. Damien, you require
The
10.
third dart was close. Double 5's not the nicest in the world. That's a big marker.
Games on the second leg. Damon
Right, that
Heta.
used to frustrate me as a
Leg is
player. You stand
Mike
behind, you see a
Rovers.
dart like that, and you
Game
go,
on.
go on then, and it goes. Absolutely nowhere near with the first dart. Find a corner.
57.
And it did.
Peter Wright fans. Very popular as Raymond Smith out with the crowd. Enjoy that while you can.
Oh, 59.
That's noticeable.
108.
Much quicker. Yes, much quicker. Heta is very, very precise, and Gary Anderson got really frustrated playing Damon Heta, especially in Melbourne when he pulled away at the end to win by 10 legs to 7, but it affected him for a while.
You get no rhythm, Stu. That's the problem if you're a rhythm player like Gary is. That's why we see often Gary plays best darts against people who are of a similar pace and just get on with it. We're seeing it with Adrian Lewis, aren't we? He's sort of changed his whole rhythm and tempo.
Kyle Anderson too.
Yeah, that was extraordinary.
We'll see Kyle Anderson. If you haven't seen it, he's coming up next. The Aussie, 3 Aussies on the spin against Ian White. And Kyle Anderson
100.
has dramatically slowed down his throw.
He's been playing some good darts as well, and it's going to be an interesting match, that. They make Ian White a big favourite, but for me, there's not a lot in it.
106.
So treble 20. Treble 18 for double 16. Yep. Double 16 for a 2-1 and a hold of 3.
74.
That was quick,
Damon
wasn't it?
Uruguay 157.
He's definitely trying to speed things up. Treble 20, treble 19.
$99. Mike Uruguay 32.
They'll try again. Should really be 3 up. Langendorf will settle for 2-1 on throw. Wow,
24.
that's incredible.
David
He's
Uruguay,
missed his last
58.
7 darts at double after taking out 100 to win the opening leg.
2.
And he could find himself trailing. Well, there you go.
James on the third leg.
If you miss,
Damon
your
Heta.
opponent will hit. He
Well,
missed
it's
3
Damon to
darts
throw
in the
first.
second leg.
Game
He
on.
was so far ahead there, missed 4 more darts. And all of
I
a sudden,
fancied Langendorf in this match. I put it out there in my previews. He's been playing at a much higher level of late, but I certainly don't expect him to have a stat of 1 from 8 on his doubles. I mean, he should be 3 up.
65.
I think he is genuinely struggling with the tempo. I mean, it's just slightly frustrating him, as it did with Gary. But I mean, he's not, for me, he's not particularly slow, not unless he's a little bit slow retrieving the darts and sort of
57.
meanders, but no, he's taking them out and out of the way.
yeah, very, very spot on.
It's not really a lot to get frustrated with,
140.
apart from the fact that he's 2-1 down and should be 3-0 up.
Well, he's scoring okay, but he's only got himself to blame, Langendorf. 7 consecutive missed darts at double. And Heta is steady away.
96. 40.
Just 40 scored. It's tough for him now. But the same with Keegan Brown. You go through one big night of darts, get yourself up for 4 or 5 games to qualify.
Well, the standard of Keegan Brown's match and the standard that he played, you know, he averaged
120.
well over 90. I mean, they're averaging, well, Heta's averaging, ooh, nip one, pearl one. Heta's averaging 79, Langendorf's averaging 76. I mean, this is a guy who came through the qualifiers with some great wins.
88.
Well, Damon Heta looking to win a 3rd consecutive leg on double 7.
74. Mike Uruguay 134.
Will he get another go? Langendorf 134. So if you're Heta, are you straight forward?
My head
splitting?
falls off because I'm shaking it so much. Can you put it back on for me?
Go straight for it.
Yeah.
It's got to move. That's awkward.
James on the full
Dart.
leg.
That's
Damon
a
Heta.
really good dart.
I think
He
it's
could only
Mike
see a
first.
3rd of the bed,
Game
and that dart was actually thrown through the flight of the first one.
Yes, so it was a small adjustment with his feet to just change the angle of entry, but the adjustment included in that was impressive. He seems unflappable at
So
the
the
moment.
experience that he's had over the last couple of years at the World Series,
40.
that's what I was saying, that you know, the more experience they get of playing against the top players.
You look how the sort of the players, you know, from sort of mid-20s down that competed on the Euro Tour. I mean, they're played in front of huge crowds, in front of what are, I mean, it's a streamed event, but they're, you know, their cameras, you know, for great prize money against quality opposition.
140.
We've seen some outstanding performances over the year.
$140.
He's a much better player when he's a little bit quicker, there's a little bit more rhythm to that action.
has to win this leg.
Oh,
you would
yes.
think Langendorf to stay in the contest.
Yeah, 4-1, you'd have to fear for him.
100.
3-2, get off stage, regroup, come out and attack Heta's throw. So 6 darts at 161.
59.
Should have gone ball there. I'm not particularly impressed with his counting so far.
I agree with you for once.
$100. Mikey require 100.
Put pressure on the shot. He went for treble 20 to leave double 12, but
54.
Heta here may get a shot at the
121.
ball. Key leg before the break. The Australian.
Have 2 bites of the cherry. So can still do it. Treble 17 ball. Oh. That was almost in.
Well, he's missed.
57.
He's missed a stack of darts at double 16 and double 8. Is he going to go the same way? No, he's switched. You see, 8 for tops. Good marker. Good guide. Unlucky. So he's now missed his last 9 darts at double. Mike Langendorf.
1 from 10. Just 10%. If this goes in, it will hurt. Oh, double 8.
Double 8 then.
A double-double.
48.
Move the wire.
Mikey require 40.
Get this in. Get backstage. Cool off. And come back out and attack the Heta throw.
Well, he may well have been out of sight there, Damon Heta. He had one opportunity, but he's been gifted many more. Missed doubles from the Austrian Mike Langendorf. The Australian with the advantage. Just to remind you, the winner plays Michael van Gerwen. Heta leads 3-2 on the opening night here in Vienna. Welcome back to the World Series finals here in Vienna. Wonderful city. Chris and I have been out and about, savouring the delights of Vienna today. Spectacular buildings and lots to do.
Incredible architecture.
Yeah, we'll be out again tomorrow, I'm sure. Bright and early. That wheel you saw, that big wheel, heading for that in the morning. The big darts action. Yeah, the World Series finals. Already seen one Australian through. Raymond Smith beating Keegan Brown. Here, Damon Heta 3-2 up against
Sick leg. It's
Mike
Damon to throw
Langendorf.
first. Game on.
Of course, battling out to play Michael van Gerwen.
They're both averaging 77, so this game is winnable by either player. They only have to find, you know, a run of
97.
sort of 2 or 3 legs at, you know, around 18 darts.
Yeah, five or 6 points on the average.
Yeah, and you're
100.
off and running.
Really contrasting styles, but it's. I feel Langendorf who's more affected by Heta, but Heta's just has always played this way.
And he's not particularly slow.
No, but from when he was a
58.
kid growing up in Western Australia. That's the way he played. Rob Denny, who runs the
60.
DPA in Australia, was telling me that it's never changed. Damon Heta, it's the way he's been, and it's interesting that though. Do you think that once you first pick up a dart and throw it at the board, that's the way you'll always throw?
Yeah, pretty much. You might correct
100.
every throw. It evolves over time. Phil Taylor's did, Eric Bristow's did. Yeah, the majority they evolve. There's certain fine little tweaks.
140.
You know, you can. It's like the latest thing that's introduced into snooker at the moment, the sight right thing, where they're basically just setting you up, and the same can be done for darts. You know, some people are slightly off. I think they do a similar thing. A similar tool for darts for setting
96.
you up straight in the middle of your action and your stance. But I mean, some things when they try and slow down and speed up, I can't think of far too many success stories for that. You know, a quick player throwing slow, because part of the reason they were successful in the first place is because based on that rhythm. I think it's easier sometimes for a slower player to just quicken up a bit.
61.
Well, that's pressure from Heta, but a chance here for Langendorf. Double 18 to level it up. He's had so many opportunities, and finally he takes one. 3 apiece.
Big leg breaker throw.
Key breaker throw. We are back on throw, 3-all. Yeah, but so
game on.
Let's see how long Kyle Anderson sticks out. I mean, Adrian Lewis is being fairly stubborn. I mean, although he's had some great runs and some decent results and gone close, on TV it just looks a bit laboured.
I think Adrian's at his best when he's throwing quick.
Spot on.
He may well be watching, he may well be listening, but it's only an opinion, AD.
Oh, I love the fella.
Yeah, we all do. But yeah, just go back to that. So 100. The first time you pick up the dart, whether the grip is in...
Yeah, I think the grip is ingrained. I think it's just something...
That's it, the first time that you ever do it.
As, the easiest way to explain it is how people hold a pen. If you watch how people hold a pen, there's no... there's no right or wrong way. It's just how you pick up a pen and the grip of a dart player. And like I said, I can't think of too many that are exactly the same. It's just an individual thing.
Interesting. It is, though. It's fascinating. And you could be 3 or 4 and pick up a tungsten dart for the first time, and that's it.
Yeah, well, it's the same way when you're that age and you pick up your first pen or a bit of chalk or crayon or whatever.
Still to come in White against Kyle Anderson.
60.
And Dave Chisnall against Max Hopp. What a game that will be. Hopp, of course, stepping in as a reserve only today after Canadian Dawson Michelle
100.
Unfortunately had to withdraw through
Ross Smith
illness.
versus James Wade last on. That's going to be a real fascinating clash. I really rate Ross Smith.
Gloriously inconsistent. Another great player.
But when he's on,
yep.
he's a match for anyone.
96. Mikey Maguire 120.
Well, this to go 4-3 up.
Well, don't forget
he's only led once in
this
match, hasn't he? First leg.
Tops he needs. Heta had a dart at double 8 to go 4-1 up. Could be about to find himself 4-3
It was
down.
close.
But they've both improved the scoring as well into the 80s now, so they've picked it up a bit since the break for sure.
85. Mikey Maguire
Led 1-0 and then trailed up until this point. Oh, double 7. That's edgy.
Game on the 7 leg.
Well, that
Mike
wasn't.
Langendorf. His leg is
3 legs on the spoon.
Yep.
Game on.
Nowhere near middle of double 7. Funny old game. Frustrating old game if you're Heta.
60.
Whoever loses this match will want to kick themselves.
The Aussie might be getting a bit het up with the way things are going.
81.
1 dart for 4-1, but to be fair, in the 3 legs that he won, he was gifted an opportunity, wasn't he, each time by his opponent. One of those. Langendorf could have been 4 up. Heta could have been 4-1 up.
Certainly could have been 3-0 up, couldn't he?
But the,
Nice to be 3-0 up.
long and short of it is that we're back on throw. Heta here trying to level this match.
60.
I don't know about Heta, but you'll get Heta by MVG. If either of them win this match and play like this against Michael.
140.
A little quicker maybe there from Heta, that last visit.
125.
They both lifted their averages up from 77, both up sort of 5 or 6 points, but they've taken each other along for the ride.
Now, does he go for it?
No.
He's looking at Langendorf on 235. Discretion the better part of for the Aussie.
Yeah, in a game this tight, you don't want to do anything too daft. Should be ball. Misses that. So 6 starts at 32 if needed. No pressure. Expect him to get this comfortably and level it up 4 apiece. And then it's a best of 3.
Game from the 8th leg, Damon Heta.
Right through the middle.
I think it's Mike to
So
throw
4
first.
it is.
2 holds of throw required for Langendorf.
'60.
Almost see how desperate he is just to relax and get a bit of fluidity in that throw. Anybody's game. The more reliable action
59.
is Heta's.
Well, as Chris said, it all comes down now to who can
140.
just make the impression over 3 legs of
Hold it
darts.
all together.
Yep.
Who makes the fewer mistakes?
Good darts
140.
from the Western Australian.
Oh, complete 140 in the context of this match. It's got a bit of a Wolves theme to the stage.
Especially
84.
commissioned by
Jackie
Jackie
Oakley.
Oakley.
61.
6 darts though for Langendorf, 161.
Should go ball.
99.
Got a real old school way of counting, Langendorf.
58. Mike Uruguay 62.
Can you explain that in the next leg? 20 for double 16.
46.
Close, not close
Well,
enough.
this could be a game changer. We've seen a few of these. Last event on ITV4. Not necessarily the 160s, but the
Yeah, I saw some huge finishes to change games and win games, didn't we? A week ago in
157,
Dortmund,
Dave
the
Chisnall
European
and AD
Championship.
Lewis.
Mike Uruguay
So double 8
16.
for Langendorf to retake the lead.
Game from the
There it
9th
is,
leg,
5-4.
Mike Langendorf.
One more required.
I think it's Damon to
So
throw
what do you mean
first.
by old
Game.
school counting?
Well, it's very much now about giving yourself the most opportunities, and on a shot like that, if he would have gone for the ball with his last start, when he returned, as long as he hit the big single, he'd have guaranteed himself 2 at a double. Or off that 62, if you missed the treble 10, you then have to hit a big number to leave a double, and it's very much the old way that we used to think was the correct way before young kids sort of changed the game.
I'm glad that you readily realise that you are old school.
I'm old school, and I'm old school. Eric Bristow
96.
started originally starting to use the ball a little bit more often than most. And then the real influx
41.
of European players really seemed to change it. They were, you know, off shots of 305, you would tend to have gone for the 2 treble 20s. If you hit them, you would go for a 15. Now they're already thinking about it a throw before.
'60.
Desperately needs a big visit, Langendorf, to get back in this leg, or it's going to be a real nervy affair and a one-leg shootout.
100.
One treble to leave a finish.
60.
Again, a 140 here from Langendorf will really pile on the pressure.
140.
There we have it.
Back in the leg. And remember, Heta can't afford to lose this one, or he's out.
Is he staying there? Looks like it.
60.
Not sure that was the right shot, Chris.
160.
No. Ooh, flyer.
A long way off.
That was pure pressure.
Well, when he stepped up, he had a chance. 2 darts later.
There was a great 140 that put the pressure on and it worked.
125.
He should go the ball first. Although I remember Rod Arrington's in the match play, 45 tops.
105.
Lovely setup. Now we should see the ball again. Trouble, the ball leaves 110, so treble 20 ball. Yeah, so still a chance, treble 20.
63.
Didn't look a bad marker either.
To take us the distance to a last leg decider. The Aussie needs double 10.
Great dart under huge pressure.
So here we go, 1-legged darts to decide who goes through to play Michael van Gerwen in the second round on Saturday night here in Vienna.
I don't think either of them appear to be particularly thrilled about playing him.
45.
And a few extra
I feel
pounds.
like going to the electric chair.
Pounds, shillings and pence, or euros, or Aussie dollars.
Dingo dollars.
Just for getting through.
$140.
That's a terrific start from Damon Heta there. Needs to match it, and he does.
Is it 11 140s in this match? Langendorf to Heta's 6.
Heta hasn't hit a maximum yet.
The dream last leg here, 140, followed up by a ton. 6 darts down to 261. Langendorf under huge pressure. I'm pretty sure the guys who he beat in the qualifiers to get in this are watching it going, what happened to that bloke a couple of weeks ago?
Kim Ibrecht's amongst them.
This is a night and day performance.
Yeah, 140, followed by 100, followed by a 140. When you're thrown against the darts to win a match.
Well, the throw just looks the more reliable of the two. Especially under a huge pressure situation like this. A 6 darts, 1-2-1 for a 6-5 win. And as you said, that meeting with Michael van Gerwen.
Yes. Held his nerve, hasn't he, in this deciding leg. Played some really good stuff.
97.
And again, he's left double 12 after 12 darts. And against the throw to win a match.
In the last legger.
Yeah,
you can't ask for much more than that.
58. Damon Uruguay, 24.
Looks like Langendorf has well and truly blown it here. So Damon Heta. Double 6. Focus.
Doesn't want to go inside.
12.
Not to go inside the wires, but just not inside the 6.
154.
Has options.
I'm sure he didn't expect to be throwing another dart.
Should be 60-54 tops, or he's going 57-57 tops. Another one of those.
$140.
Right, there's pressure.
Damon Uruguay, 12.
Already have 3 match darts. Damon Heta.
Game shot. And the
Needed
match,
a 4th,
Damon Heta.
but it's an Aussie double early doors here in Vienna at the World Series finals. We've seen Raymond Smith take out qualifier Keegan Brown, And now we've seen Damon Heta beat another qualifier in Mike Langendorf, and Heta earns the right to play Michael van Gerwen in the second round on Saturday night. Ian White against Kyle Anderson to come. Damon Heta, our second winner on the opening night.